Enter.
Thus, in this strange and sad habiliment, I will encounter with Andronicus, and say I am revenge sent from below, to join with him and right his heinous wrongs. Knock at his study where they say he keeps, to ruminate strange plots of dire revenge. Tell him revenge is come to join with him, and work confusion on his enemies.
Who doth molest my contemplation? Is it your trick to make me ope the door, so that my sad decrees may fly away, and all my study to be of no effect? You are deceived, for what I mean to do, see here in bloody lines I have set down, and what is written shall be executed.
Titus, I am come to talk with thee.
Not a word. How can I grace my talk, wanting a hand to give it action? Thou hast the odds of me, therefore no more.
If thou didst know me, thou wouldst talk with me.
I am not mad, I know thee well enough. Witness this wretched stump, witness these crimson lines, witness these trenches made by grief and care. Witness the tiring day and heavy night. Witness all sorrow, that I know thee well. For our proud Empress, mighty Timora, is it not thy coming for my other hand?
No, thou sad man, I am not Timora. She is thy enemy and thy friend. I am revenge sent from the infernal kingdom, to ease the gnawing vulture of thy mind, by working wreckful vengeance on thy foes. Come down and welcome me to this world's light. Confer with me of murder and of death. There is not a hollow cave or lurking place, no vast obscurity or misty veil, where bloody murder or detested rape can couch for filth, but I will find them out, and in their ears tell them my dreadful name, revenge, which makes the foul offender quake.
Art thou revenge? And art thou sent to me to be a torment to my enemies?
I am, therefore come down and welcome me.
Do me some service ere I come to thee. Lo, by thy side where rape and murder stands, now give them some assurance that thou art revenge. Stab them or tear them on thy chariot wheels, and then I'll come and be thy wagoner, and whirl along with thee about the globe. Provide thee 2 proper palfreys, black as jet, to hail thy vengeful wagon, sift away, and find out murderers in their guilty caves. And when thy car is laden with their heads, I will dismount, and by thy wagon wheel trot like a servile footman all day long, even from Hyperion's rising in the east until his very downfall in the sea. And day by day I'll do this heavy task, so thou destroy rapine and murder there.
These are my ministries, and come with me.
Are they thy ministers? What are they called?
Rape and murder, therefore called so, because they take vengeance in such kind of men.
Good Lord, how like the Empress' sons they are. Are you the Empress? But we worldly men have miserable, mad, mistaking eyes. O sweet revenge, now do I come to thee, and if one's arm's embrace will content thee, I will embrace thee in it by and by.
This closing with him fits his lunacy, where I forged to feed his brainstick humors. Do you uphold and maintain your speeches, for now he firmly takes me for revenge. And being credulous in his mad thought, I'll make him send for Lucius his son. And whilst I at a banquet hold him sure, I'll find some cunning practice out of hand, to scatter and disperse the giddy Goths, or at least make them his enemies. See, here he comes, and I must ply my theme.
Long have I been forlorn, and all for thee. Welcome, dread fury, to my woeful house. Rapine and murder, you are welcome too. How like the Empress and her sons you are. Well are you fitted had you but a more. Could not all hell afford you such a devil? For well I wot the Empress never wags, but in her company there is a more. And would you represent our queen all right? It were convenient to you had such a devil, but welcome as you are, what shall we do?
What whilst thou have us do, Andronicus?
Show me a murderer, I'll deal with him.
Show me a villain that hath done a red, and I shall be revenged on him.
Show me 1,000 that hath done me wrong, and I will be revenged on them.
Look round about the wicked streets of Rome, and when thou findest a man that's like thyself, Good murderer, stab him, he's a murderer. Go thou with him, and when it is thy hap to find another that is like to thee, go rapine, stab him, he is a ravisher. Go thou with them, and in the emperor's court there is a queen attended by a Moor. Well shalt thou know her by thine own proportion, for up and down she doth resemble. I pray thee do on them some violent death. They have been violent to me and mine.
Or hast thou lessened us? This shall we do, but would it please thee, good Andronicus, to send for Lucius, thy thrice violent son, who leads towards Rome a band of warlike Goths, and bid him come and banquet at thy house. When he is here, even at thy solemn feast, I will bring in the empress and her sons, the emperor himself, and all thy foes, and at thy mercy shall they stoop and kneel, and on them shalt thou ease thy angry heart. What says Andronicus to this device?
Marcus, my brother, 'tis sad, Titus calls. Go, gentle Marcus, to thy nephew Lucius. Thou shalt inquire him out among the Goths. Bid him repair to me, and bring with him some of the chiefest princes of the Goths. Bid him encamp his soldiers where they are. Tell him the emperor and the empress too feast at my house, and he shall feast with them. Do this thou for my love, and so let him, as he regards his aged father's life.
This I will do, and soon return again.
Now will I hence about thy business, and take my ministers along with me.
Nay, nay, let rape and murder stay with me, or else I'll call my brother back again, and cleave to no revenge but Lucius.
What say you, boys? Will you abide with him whilst I go, my lord the emperor? How I have governed our determined jest, yield to his humor, smooth and speak him fair, and tarry with him till I turn again.
I knew them all, though they supposed me mad, and will reach them in their own devices, a pair of cursed hellhounds and their dame.
Madame, depart at pleasure. Wait. At pleasure, leave us here.
Farewell, Andronicus, revenge now goes, to lay a common plot to defray thy foes.
I know thou dost, and sweet revenge, farewell.
Tell us, old man, how should we be employed?
Tut, I have work enough for you to do. Publius, come hither, Caius and Valentine.
What is your will?
Know you these two?
The emperor's son, I take them, Chiron and Demetrius.
Fie, Publius, fie. Thou art too much deceived. The one is murder, rape is the other's name. And therefore bind them, gentle Publius. Oft have you heard me wish for such an hour, and now I find it. Therefore bind them sure, and stop their mouths if they begin to cry.
Villains forbear, we are the emperor's son.
And therefore we do what we are commanded. Stop, close their mouths. Let them not speak a word. Is he sure bound? Look, that you bind them fast.
Come, come, Lavina. Look, thy foes are bound. Sirs, stop their mouths. Let them not speak to me, but let them hear what fearful words I utter. O villains, Chiron and Demetrius, here stands the spring whom you have strained with the mud. This godly summer with your winter mixed, you killed her husband, and for that thy fault, 2 of her brothers were condemned to death. My hand cut off, and I made a merry jest. Both her sweet hands, her tongue, and that more dear than hands or tongue, her spotless chastity. Inhuman traitors, you constrained and forced. What would you say if I should let you speak? Villains, for shame, you could not beg for your grace. Hark, wretches, how I mean to martyr you. This one hand left yet to cut your throats, whiles that Lavinia tween her stumps doth hold the basin that receives your guilty blood. And know your mother means to feast with me, and call herself revenge, and thinks me mad. Hark, villains, I will grind your bones to dust, and with your blood and I'll make a paste, and of the paste a coffin I will rear, and make 2 pasties of your shameful heads, and bid that strumpet your unhallowed dam, like to the earth, swallow in her own increase. This is the feast that I have bid her, and this the banquet she shall surfeit on. For worse than Philomel you use my daughter, and worse than Procne I will be revenged. And now prepare your throats, Lavinia, come, receive the blood, and when they are dead, let me go grind their bones to a powder small, and with this hateful liquor temper it, and in that paste let their vile heads be baked. Come, come, be every one officious to make this banquet, which I may prove more stern and bloody than Centaur's feast. So now bring them in, for I'll play the cook and see them ready against their mother comes. Exeunt.